Well, it was, I thought, an interesting night, to say the least. I think one of the worries you have as a coach after such a big win, emotional win, big win on Sunday night, is that your team comes back and they're a little flat. Not that they overlook anybody. I just thought we were flat tonight from the very beginning of the game, and really couldn't find any great rhythm offensively. To really get us going, even though, we have 22 assists on 27 makes, which is tremendous. But certainly I'm going to be disappointed in the fact that we turned the ball over way too much tonight. I think had some highlights. Of course, Lex was much better in the second half than she was the first half. On a night that Graceberger was quiet offensively, yet she, had 11 assists. Nikki doesn't score. She's been really good the last two games and had some decent looks, but goes 0 for 5 tonight from the field. Again, this was one of those games that we just kind of had to grind out, and we were able to do that. And proud of our players for just staying the course, even though things got a little ugly. And sometimes you have to figure out and just kind of grind it out and figure out ways to win. And I was obviously happy with that, but certainly there will be things that we will continue to have to work on.
Matt, go ahead.
You talked about coming out flat to start the game. I guess it's only been about 48 hours when the tip-off happened since the Kentucky game. I guess what in shoot-around were you talking to the team about, or maybe kind of emphasizing to the team coming into this game?
Well, just that. Yesterday, my quote for the day was about consistency, and those that are most successful in whatever they do in life, whatever profession, the one thing that they all have is consistency, and so that was the conversation. Not that you get around NCAA time and you talk about trap games, and that's what I referred this to, a trap game. You come off such a great win against Kentucky, and then you risk your players showing up. And because Norfolk isn't a sexy name, that they won't come, with the same type of focus and intensity. And so that was the conversation at shoot around today. I don't know if it resonated or not. We did get off to I thought a very slow start, and just kind of had to lumber our way through the game. That's the only way I can describe it. I mean, there was no flow to it. There was no great rhythm to it. Like I said, Lex, got going there in the second half. But other than that, I don't know that I would consider this, a pretty game at all to watch tonight. But we found a way to win, and there's going to be nights where it's not, like I said, it's not going to be pretty. I don't think that my group was overlooking anybody because I think they know better than that. They're a veteran team, but I just thought we were just really flat.
Yeah, after starting slow, then you go on a 21-0 run. They go nearly 10 minutes without scoring. What does that do for you to kind of bring some energy back to your team?
Well, you hope we needed something like that, just to go on a little bit of a run and feel good about ourselves offensively. But then, the deal there is that you want to build on your lead, and I didn't feel like we did that. We still got stuck there, in the fourth especially, into the third, beginning of the fourth, and I didn't think we were manufacturing anything easy offensively. It seemed like everything was just really difficult, and we were turning the ball over, and so I was frustrated by that. We're not a team in the past that has turned the ball over. We pride ourselves in taking great care of the ball, and tonight, at halftime, we had 8 turnovers, and Lex and Mac had 6 of those. Those are post players making mistakes. And so, you end the game with 22, and our goal is always to stay under 11, so we didn't meet that goal, tonight, and that disappoints me for sure.
Luke, on your left here, Coach.
You mentioned Nicole Cardeño-Hillary struggled a bit on offense tonight, but then on defense, it just looked incredibly frustrating to be guarded by her. What did you see from her defensively tonight?
Well, just that. I think the great thing, there's a lot of luxuries when you have a veteran team, but we always talk about, being able to impact the game even if your shot's not falling, right? And that can come in ways of assist like Grace Berger does tonight, where she's going to facilitate and she's going to find, open players, and or if you're going to, you be a rebounder for us. But with Nicole, the one thing that we always know that we can count on is her tenacious defense that she provides for us. And that's something that she can completely control. And, there were, when you were at the Butler game the other night, maybe you weren't there, but, Allie again has, what did she have the other night, Megan? 11 assists, I think? 10 assists. And again, a game that Allie doesn't shoot the ball well, but finds other ways to impact the game and help her team. That's, what Nikki did tonight. She offers us a really, really talented ball stopper that can create havoc and frustration for other, ball handling guards on the opposing team, and that's something that she can control, and that's why she's good at it, and it really helps us defensively.
You said on Sunday that you wanted Alexa Goldby to average a double-double this season, and well, she had a double-double tonight. I guess you talked about her second half. What did you think of her tonight and getting that double-double? What did that mean to you?
Well, hopefully it's going to be the first of many, because that's what I obviously challenged her with. With you guys the other night, I said it, and she and I had another conversation yesterday in regards to what I think she's capable of, and I thought her second half was much better than her first. Of course, you take away the turnovers, and she had a really good night for us. But she obviously can score the ball. But what she really provides for us is, she's a really terrific defender off the ball, and I thought that she was all over the boards tonight. She gives you a toughness, somebody that that's going to be aggressive and pursuing offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds.
Question right here. Go ahead.
Another thing with Alexa tonight, she hadn't made a three all season, goes 75% tonight. Has that been something you guys have worked on in practice with her, and has that been a focus this offseason?
Well, she's one of my kids that comes in every day and spends extra time, working on her game and her shot. And, it was nice to see for her, to see all those go down for her tonight, because she certainly has put in the sweat equity, to improve. But she came, when she came back from Latvia, going into preseason, we by far she was shooting the ball better than anybody on our team, and so she's just had a couple of games where the thing hasn't gone in for her as easy. But I'm not surprised, just because we've seen her, like I said, in early preseason, shoot the ball really well in practice.
Hey, Coach,
Hey,
congrats.
thank you.
So after the slow start in the first half, what was your message to your group in the locker room to get them fired up? I mean, especially Alexa, she just came out of there the three-point queen in the second half.
Right. Well, I think a little bit of it was she was frustrated, and I talked about our turnovers, and at that point, she had a lot of them, most of them, so I think a lot of it was just her being not frustrated, but disappointed with her first half, and coming out, I think, more motivated to do right and do better. And so, the message wasn't as fiery as you might have expected and or wanted it to be, just because we felt like we were in control of the game. It's just that we were sloppy. That's what I said. I just felt like we were not as clean, not as sharp offensively that we can be, and that's where I was disappointed. I thought when we tried to do some of our motion stuff, we were sort of settling a little bit. We normally look at some basket cuts, some backdoor cuts, and so we weren't doing any of that. So I just reminded them of what motion should look like and how we rep it every day, and so forth. But really, that was the message, and then I just kind of relied on my vets, Allie Patberg and Nicole, to get us going.
Question on your right, Coach.
Yeah, what are you going to work on with your team heading into Connecticut and the Bahamas to kind of decrease those turnovers?
Well, I mean, we work every day, inside of practice, with ball security, and I mean, it's not like we go into practice with any I wouldn't say intention of turning the ball over. I think it's just something that you make sure that you highlight. They know it. They know that they did a poor job tonight of taking care of the basketball. They know that our goal is to be under 11 every game. And, those are things that we're going to have to fix. But I just thought it wasn't anything, and I suppose you could look at it two ways. Norfolk, wiry, athletic, we're really trying to come back and attack the rebound. And I mean, they were playing desperate because they were down, right? And so when that happens, then, you got to just remind your players that all of this is happening. Like, they're going to come back, they're going to go for steals. And so you have to be extra careful with the ball. And so we'll show it to them on film. We'll talk to them about it. And then they need to be better. And, our goal's not going to change in terms of, where we want to be in that category as far as our turnovers.